Annie, take it away. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the This and That Show. I am Peter, and this is
Annie.
Something is off with you, Annie. What is going on? We're supposed to be doing a show here.
I know, I've had the most horrible morning I've ever had in my entire life. So many things went bad. I feel like I should have just stayed in bed. Like, okay, in the morning, I went to go and brush my teeth. And my toothbrush was gone, and I know who took it because I have to lock my toothbrush away from my cat. For some reason, she likes it. I don't know why, but I found it on the floor, and it looked like this. Yeah.
You have a white cat.
Very white and fluffy. Then after that, I went to go and water my flowers because I thought, well, I love my flower garden and it would make me happy if I went to go water my flowers. So I turned the sprinkler on and the whole thing went AWOL and I was just drenched from head to toe and I already did my hair.
Wow, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. And then I get ready to go to work. I get into the van. I drive. And I run out of gas right by the church. Like, right by. And then I had to walk the rest of the way in the heat.
Ooh.
And then I had my cookies with me because I brought cookies with to bless the staff because
really?
I baked them yesterday. Yeah, they were awesome.
Cool.
But they fell as I tripped on the road and a semi ran right over them. And now they are just bits and pieces of crumbs, and I just...
Wow!
I'm done.
A semi, hey?
Yeah.
That is so bad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. All right. You have clearly had a bad morning, all right? However, that doesn't mean the rest of your day is going to be bad, Annie.
I don't know.
All right. We need to play a game. Gotta play a game. If you're feeling down, play a game. Let's play. I got just the thing. It's the focus one. What's it called again?
Refocus.
Refocus. Yes. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a picture that'll be completely out of focus. And all of you at home, wherever you're watching, I want you to guess what the object is. So I will tell you a little bit about the object, and you will then guess. And then we will put it into focus, and you will see if what you guessed was correct. Okay, let's do it. First object is... Okay, so a scientist in 1968 invented a super strong, or was trying to invent a super strong adhesive like a glue, but he failed. What did his failed invention lead to, Annie?
Well, it looks yellow and square. I'm gonna say a sticky note.
You are completely correct. It was a sticky note. Okay, so number 2. Okay, our next object was invented by an engineer in the Navy. He was trying to design a meter that could measure the power of battleships. Okay, and he used springs. And one of the springs fell to the ground and was bouncing all over the place. So the question is, what do you think that turned into in terms of a toy?
Oh, what? A spring? Kind of bouncy? Kind of looks like it's slinky.
Wrong. It was a monkey wrench. Just kidding. No, you are exactly right. It was a slinky. How do you feel now, Annie?
Man, like I still feel kind of ugh. This day's been rough, man. And you being Mr. Positive about everything, like, I don't know. Hey, why don't I put some scenarios your way and see if you can positivity your way out of them.
Go ahead.
Something that I like to call lemons to lemonade.
Lemons to lemonade.
Yes.
Sounds delicious.
And Chalkboard is going to help us out with this one.
Do it.
So, scenario 1. You just get a new pair of white shoes. You step in a huge puddle of mud.
That's an easy one. I always wanted brown shoes. Now I get them for free.
They're still dirty. Okay. Number 2. You wake up with gum in your hair. Oh, yeah. That doesn't really apply to you. Okay, yeah, next. You have a broken arm.
Oh, well, that one's easy. When you get a broken arm, after you're done at the hospital, you walk out with a nice white plain cast. Now you can have all your cool friends draw a beautiful mural on it so that you can walk around with artwork on your arm, and every time you look at it, you're reminded of how awesome your circle of friends are.
What if your friends aren't artists? Next. You have to do extra chores because your sibling has the stomach bug.
Oh, well, that one is easy. As you do extra chores, you turn it into an aerobics exercise and you increase the cardiovascular nature of the act of doing chores, and as a result, your muscle fibers react by growing bigger and you get sweet muscles, six-pack, big deltoids, and you end up looking a lot like this. And who doesn't want to look like that?
Me?
You know what, Annie? I think I know what we can do.
Okay.
Okay, let's look into the word. Last week, we talked about how Paul, he went to Athens, and wherever he went, he shared the good news in every circumstance, okay?
Yeah.
And this week, I believe our story is going to take off with Paul experiencing a bunch of obstacles. There are a bunch of things that went in his way that could have just destroyed his journey. However, he kept pressing forward. So I think that may speak a little bit to some of the stuff you're going through right now.
I think so too, and you know what? That actually sounds like it'd be a really cool movie, don't you think?
If you think about it, I think you're right. I wonder what it would sound like.
Yeah.
In a world full of angry people, one courageous man was willing to tell others about Jesus, even if he got beaten up, made fun of, and tossed into jail. The legend, the man of faith, Paul.
What was that?
Don't know, but it was kind of cool.
I loved it. I would totally see that movie.
Me too. Well, Paul, he, like we said, anywhere he went, he spoke boldly about Jesus, the message of Jesus, the gospel of Jesus, and he told to everyone he could ever know. And so one time when he was in Jerusalem, he actually got arrested. Are you gonna?
Yeah, you know what? While you're telling the story, I brought some props here.
Oh, okay.
This is Steve Irwin. He is going to play Paul. Okay, so he's going to play the part of Paul. Okay, here we
Nice.
go.
Okay. So back to Jerusalem. Paul gets arrested by Roman soldiers, and because an angry mob is wanting to kill Paul, and they put him into jail to actually try and save him. That's why he's in there in the first place. And while he's in jail, Jesus actually comes to him with an encouraging word. And Jesus says this. He says, "Be brave. You have told people about me in Jerusalem." That's where Paul is now. "You must do the same in Rome." So Paul took this and he went and he requested that he would go to Rome to plead his case in front of Caesar Augustus himself. And they granted that request to him, and they appointed a Roman commander named Julius to take him to Rome in a boat, along with other passengers.
Julius.
Oh, yes, Julius. And so Julius and Paul are in the boat, and they pass a place called Sidon, and they actually let Paul get out and see his friends. And then after that, they go to a place called Cyprus. They get out of that boat, and they go into a new boat that was from Egypt, carrying grain that was going to Italy at that time. Now, Italy is far away from Cyprus, like super far. And while they were in the boat, they were battling storms, they were battling wind, and finally they get to the island of Crete to a place called Fair Havens. Now, there, Paul warned everyone on the ship that it was going to be a rough ride to Rome. So let me pull that up here.
All right, and I got the boat here to represent the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Paul says this to everyone on the boat. Men, he said, I can see that our trip is going to be dangerous. The ship and everything in it will be lost. Our own lives will be in danger also. So with that warning, the captain, what did he do?
He listened to him.
No.
Oh, are you serious?
No, the captain wanted to sail on, but you know what? He kind of had a good reason. He wanted to make sure that the boat came to a really safe harbor during the winter time so that the boat would be okay. And at that time, there was a beautiful, gentle breeze, so he's like, yeah, let's do this.
Why not?
So everyone gets in the boat, they sail on off with a gentle breeze, and seriously, moments later, those gentle winds become a hurricane. People start throwing the cargo off the boat, trying to save it, and people just don't know what to do. It's chaos, and an angel comes in the midst of this chaos.
I think we lost Paul there. Paul's back.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Okay.
He's not dead.
In a world where a ship is in great danger, God sends an angel to one man to encourage him. The angel explains that God will save the lives of everyone on board.
Oh, cool.
Where'd that come from?
Nice.
Yes. So the angel comes to Paul and tells him that everyone will be okay as long as you stay on the ship. So Paul encourages everyone on the ship, the 276 people that were on this boat, to stay on the boat. Now, people are not so thrilled about this because it's been going on for, guess how many days?
Like 6 hours.
No. 14 days.
14 days?
14 days later, the soldiers and Julius plan that they are going to get into the lifeboats and they are going to leave the passengers and the prisoners on the boat to die. Now, Paul catches wind of this and he says to Julius, no, you got to stay on the boat. For all of us to live, we need to stay on the boat and get to an island.
In a world where it seems like you should do whatever you can to save the ship, one man leads the crew and his fellow passengers to run their ship onto a beach. The ship may break apart into pieces, but this man of God trusts God's promise that everyone will survive.
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly.
Yes, they listened to Paul and they listened to the angel that said to run the ship onto the beach. So it hit a sandbar. And what does the soldiers and Julius the soldiers want to do? They want to kill Paul and all the passengers to make sure they don't escape, right? Because they're prisoners. Now, Julius hears about this and says, no way. Keep everyone alive. So they did. They swam over to this island called Malta.
Malta.
Malta. So the people there are actually pretty cool about this, and they start making a fire. And Paul starts helping out. Everyone starts helping out, putting on wood. And Paul gets bit by a snake. Yes, right on his hand. And Paul, he just shook it off into the fire. Now, the venom didn't affect him, and the people of Malta were amazed. They thought Paul was a god himself. Now, the chief official, named Publius, caught wind of this, and he saw Paul, and he said, Paul, you need to come over to my place. And so he got Paul to come over to his place, and through this, Paul learned that Publius's father was really, really ill. So Paul went over to him and asked God to heal him, and God did. And the people of Malta were so happy about what Paul did and what God had done that they gave everything that they could to Paul and all the people that were on the boat. They gave everything they needed to go to Rome. So they hopped back onto a boat with everything they needed from Malta to get to Rome, and they got to Rome.
In a world where one man has endured storms, death threats, snakes, and angry mobs, that same man has made it to Rome. Now, under guard in a home, he will boldly share the good news of Jesus with everyone who visits him.
Wow. That was cool. My goodness. The thing that I find absolutely amazing is that, Paul was still under guard. He was not in prison. And for those 2 years, he shared the gospel with whoever he was talking to. The amazing thing about this is Paul had so many reasons to just give up.
Yeah,
So
for
many
sure.
things did not go according to plan. So many things, so many obstacles were thrown in his way. And in the end, Paul was in a place where he could spread the gospel. And he faced storms.
Yeah.
He faced angry mobs. He faced people who wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
He got arrested. And he was bit by a poisonous snake. But at the end of the day, Paul knew that knowing Jesus changes the way we see our problems. And I wonder if maybe that can encourage you for today, Annie.
Well, yeah, I think so, because you know what? No matter what happens in our life, no matter what bad stuff shows up, it never changes the way Jesus sees you. Jesus will always love you for who you are, wherever you're at. And I know Jesus has a plan for me, and he has a plan for all of us, right? So knowing those things, maybe the rest of my day doesn't have to be so bad.
No, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I think your day is about to get a whole lot brighter.
Huh. With my cookies? Ugh.
I have us some ice cream, and these crushed cookies
Oh.
would make an incredible topping. Huh?
Ah,
Yeah.
I like that.
So, so the question we have for all of you is, when has something good come out of something bad? We know that life can be very unpredictable sometimes and things don't go our way, but how can we view the situation where we have that hope that Jesus placed inside of us, right? So that we don't let those situations completely hijack our day and our attitude.
Yeah. So wrestle with that question. When has something good come out of something bad? Talk to your friends, talk to your family, your siblings about it. And yeah, especially this week, wrestle with that question a little bit.
Awesome. Well, it's been a great episode. We hope you have a blessed week, and we shall see you next time on the This and That Show.
Bye.